Hey guys!
Hey guys!
We're back with another sci-fi review, this time reviewing the sci-fi original series Wynonna Earp, Season 1, Episode 8, titled Two-Faced Jack. If you haven't seen it yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Hands down, creepiest episode yet, and it was amazing. It was so good.
It was pretty creepy.
It was super creepy. Biggest twist for me in the episode was Reginald was the fake doctor's name or whatever. He wasn't the Revenant. It was Jack.
He was just a regular old serial killer that Jack recruited to help him.
Now, the big question for me at the end of this episode is actually, it kind of hinted that Jack was Jack the Ripper. He started speaking with a British accent, and then Doll's boss called him the biggest serial killer ever or something like that. And that would be Jack the Ripper, which is, why would he end up in the Old West?
Yeah.
I mean, the timeline would be correct for him to be around, I think, at the same time Wyatt Earp. But what would have brought him to the West?
Yeah. The only thing we could think is maybe it was getting too hot over in England, so he hopped a ship and came on over to the U.S. to start over.
Maybe the authorities were getting a little too close.
And the Old West wasn't super settled back then, so like there wouldn't be much law around to stop him.
He may have been able to do his work on the DL for a while back then. And speaking of Jack the Ripper, totally off topic, if you haven't seen Ripper Street, it's an amazing show on BBC. It might have actually gotten canceled, but it's so good. It's 3 seasons. If it got canceled, it's only 3. But seriously, check out Ripper Street. It's a great show. Has nothing actually to do with Jack the Ripper. It's just placed in the area during the era right after Jack the Ripper's killings stopped. It's a great show. The creepiest moment, I think, from this episode for me is when Bethany woke up mid-surgery. Yeah. That was, oh, God.
What's crazy is, like, Wynonna tells her that they're captured by a serial killer, and they hear him, and she tells her to run, and she doesn't. She's like, I'm a coward. And I'm like, you're so cowardly that your fight-or-flight instinct's gone? Like, how much of a coward do you have to be to not run away when there's danger?
How much of a coward do you have to be for your instinct not to take over to just completely succumb to your fate?
Yeah, that just blew my mind.
Which I imagine there's people out there that are like that. I mean,
I guess so. I don't know. I hope I'm not one. I would hope that I would be like, okay, peace out.
Some of my favorite moments in this episode are with Wynonna, and we get that view of her feet, and I'm like, oh man, please say wiggle your big toe. And she doesn't say it. She says, come on toes, or something like that. But it's totally a callback to Kill Bill, which is an amazing duology. Duo, whatever, of films by Quentin Tarantino, and I loved that call out. And then when Reginald, or whatever his name was using the clamp thing
on her big toe.
On her big toe.
Yeah, holy cow! Like she didn't even flinch until his back turned, and then she was just like,
oh.
Yeah.
That just showed the strength of Wynonna, which I thought was amazing. Also in this episode, because Wynonna is abducted, Doc and Dolls have to team up. And wow, they really don't like each other.
Yeah.
But I liked the dynamic of them together.
Yeah, and what was interesting is they really don't like each other, but they both really, really care for Wynonna because they sucked it up and they worked together until Wynonna was safe. And then once she was safe, they decided to hash it out. Yeah. But like, before, it didn't matter who did what to the other, as long as they got Wynonna. That was like #1 on both their minds.
We also find out that the Black Badge Division wants to experiment on Doc. And by the end of the episode, Dolls has kind of come around a little bit, and he tries to like divert their attention away and saying, no, Henry, he's not really Doc Holliday, he's just a really good con man. Eventually, the Black Badge Division is going to realize that Dolls is putting one over on them. Yeah. And Doc is going to be captured by the Black Badge, and Wynonna is going to end up having to rescue him. There's only, I think, 2 episodes left in this season, so that's probably something that's going to come around maybe in the finale or early next season.
Yeah, I suspect maybe next season. It's a setup for something to happen next season.
Hopefully it gets a next season,
Yes.
because this is
better.
a fantastic show.
Yeah, it better get a next season.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Another interesting thing in this episode is near the end, when Winona has Jack dead to rights, he tells her that her father cut a deal with Bobo.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's true or not. I suspect it might be.
Yeah, I suspect it's true. I don't think he was lying about that.
I don't think he was trying to trick her. I think in that moment he was telling her the truth. And how she is going to come to terms with that, it's going to be interesting to see. And finally, there is a mole in the Black Badge division, and Dolls has got himself a revenant captive, and it seems like Dolls is just going to work him over until he tells him who the mole is. My money is on Officer Hot.
Yeah, it's awfully convenient that Officer Hot didn't match the profile of the serial killer and was let go with very minimal damage. I mean, they said they had a resuscitator on the scene, but like when they went to interview her, she didn't look all that bad. So I mean, I don't know.
She looked a little roughed up, but,
but
basically no worse for wear.
Yeah, she didn't look like she had just seen the brink of death.
Yeah. So yeah, my money is on Officer Hot.
I'm still suspicious of her.
Okay, we only have 2 episodes left this season, and it's been a fantastic season. Each week it just gets better and better. I know we say it every week that it is better than the week before, but it's absolutely true.
It's totally true. Every week it just gets a little bit better.
It's such a good show. If you watch our reviews of Winona Earp, but you don't watch Winona Earp, seriously, watch Winona Earp.
Yes. Please do.
Yeah. And read the comic. The comic is really, really good too. It's not really connected to the show, very, very loosely, if at all, but it's a really good comic as well. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's it for this video. If you caught something that we missed, let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, and we really hope you did, be sure to tell us by dropping a like on it and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.